I've always focused on like buying deals deep, buying them at wholesale price. Would you say when you're talking about creative deals, are you dealing with like the same types of sellers? Meaning like we're dealing with a lot of people that the buyers need them a lot lower. So our wholesale price, if we were buying at 70%, now we need to buy maybe at 55%.
Yeah.
So those sellers are like, no, I'm not selling at 55%.
Yeah.
Are those sellers that you can turn into creative deals, or are creative deals kind of completely different types of sellers?
Yeah, so I think the creative deals come from the sellers that they want to sell and they don't really have many other options. Like they don't want to do the cash route. So I think there's a lot in that same pool of people that would take creative options. Since we've been doing creative finance, the pre-foreclosures have been always our best deal opportunities to get creative finance deals, because they know if they list, they may not get it sold in time, especially in this market. You know, they have these arrears, they have, you know, they already raised their hand, they have that financial distress. And the option of, okay, well, do I let it foreclose? Or there's, you know, the subject to route of like, hey, let me come in, I'll reinstate your loan, I'll put some cash in your pocket. There's not a lot of equity in the deal potentially, and you'll walk away. I'll control the asset now. I'll control their debt that they had in place. And there's a lot of people over the last couple of years that got new loans, and they're like 2.5% VA loans.
Yeah,
you know,
good loans to take over,
3.5%. Yeah, so it's like, there's a lot of those opportunities there. And so like for us, we'll do those all day long. And a lot of those come from pre-foreclosures. Like when a lot of people are like, where do I find these? Like pre-foreclosures are one of the best, because there's a lot of people, if they're, you know, they don't have a ton of equity, or, you know, they have a decent amount, but they're not in a lot of financial distress. It's like most people aren't opting for, you know, to sell their property sub 2. It's a great option for some, but it's not always the best for most. So
yeah, like without any distress,
yeah,
you're not really like cool with, oh yeah, okay, I'll leave the mortgage in my name. Like
yeah,
there still has to be a situation, a problem to turn that. But to your point, sometimes it's like right now, those distressed sellers, you know, they're just not willing to possibly get down to these crazy prices at these flippers right now, which rightfully so. I mean, the risk has gone up. You know, they don't know where the future is going to be. But I feel like there's definitely some opportunities that I've been seeing with my team where we've had these leads. And right now, like the numbers would have worked 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Right. But the sellers at that same price, they do have a situation, they're distressed, but us dropping down another 50K is just not going to work for them.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where there's creative options.
Yeah, the creative options, it's like, you know, you can buy it sub 2 and do like a sub tail, where it's like you buy it sub 2 and then you do a little bit of a fix up, then relist it and sell it that way, you know. And like taking over their loan at 3% interest is going to be a cheaper monthly holding cost than it's going to be to go get a hard money loan at 10 or 12% with, you know, maybe points or whatnot, you know. So it's like that could make the deal more juicy and, you know, more viable for a flipper to take that on, because they don't have to have higher holding costs. So it's like figuring how to make those deals make more sense. But I mean, for us, like in this market, we're just like, we want to just acquire the creative deals that we can to hold for the long term as rentals or Airbnbs.